Keep the Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock.
TK.
Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock. Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock, rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock. Rock, rock. The Most High is my rock. My rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah, my yeah, rock. yeah, My yeah. rock. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutling. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you want to fly or do you keep the Bible on cop? The Most High is my rock.
TK.
Rock.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Welcome to another class with the Israelite School of Biblical History Practical Knowledge. Shabbat Shalom. Well, it's almost the Sabbath. The sun ain't down yet over here, but if you are in the Sabbath, Shabbat Shalom. Remember, for all the new brothers and sisters, the Sabbath begins Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Okay, so keep in mind that this is the day, man, where you want to focus in on the Most High, study, read, get in the book, stay away from all confusion, all madness, right? So remember, it is the Shabbat. We're going to do our little announcements, man. And this is, this is for really for all the new brothers and sisters that, that are just tuning in or checking us out. We want to go ahead and give you this information. We do have classes in Houston, Virginia, San Antonio. They got some working on Albuquerque. If you subscribe to both channels, Houston and Virginia, you're gonna get 6 days of class. Let's make some room. Get some of these kids make sure Mario got a seat. All right.
They can double up, pull a chair out. Pull a chair from the back.
Yeah. Make sure Mario got a seat. The youngins, the little ones can switch in the back. All right, Manatazak, be the honorable one. All right. Also, check out Mashaba's Blog Talk Radio. That's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. Y'all can go ahead and it should be all up there on the screen. Check out Israel Wear. If you need to get fringes, if you need to get your stuff fringe, there's a lot of Israelites coming in that say, well, I don't got no fringes. Don't worry about it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get your fringe game up, and we're trying to help out with that. Also, it helps us out too. Helps out the school. The sisters are doing a lot of that. So you can check that out. Check out our website. We got that rolling up there also. What we got here? If you want to get a hold of me, our number is it in the top of the screen?
It's on the top, yeah.
So if you want to get a hold of me, this is the number that's working right now. That number right there on top of the screen, and that's the school number. We're not going to let anything happen to that number. So you can go ahead and get a hold of us with that number. If you want to donate, all that information is on there. And as always, thank you, brothers and sisters. We appreciate y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get into the Sabbath class. See if anybody has any questions. Yesterday was a question class. The sister had a question on the Trinity. It was a good class. I know a lot of y'all got that, but If you don't know, that was yesterday's class. Then we had little small questions also. We got a seat for you up here, bro. Yeah, we got a seat. Do me a favor. Move over for your dad. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get it rolling, man. Everybody like, share, comment, do all that. What hypes up the YouTube algorithm. We appreciate that. Not for vainglory, but to do our job and get the word out. All right. So we're gonna start out with questions. Anybody got any? Just shoot, and then we go ahead and answer that. If not, we're gonna go ahead and finish up this class that we've been sitting on. Okay, so we'll give y'all a few seconds. A few of y'all are peeling in there. We see that. I'm gonna say it again while you guys are coming on. It is going to be the Sabbath at sundown. Remember the Sabbath day. Keep it holy. Try to stay away from the confusion, man. You women that love to argue, keep that away from the Sabbath, man. Start putting that put that off. Study. You know, if you're not with a school and you're not going out street speaking, spend time with your fam, man. Get in the book. Like I said, we do Sabbath morning class out there in Houston. So, which usually it almost lasts the whole Sabbath from 10 to 10. It's supposed to be the 10 to 2, but it's all good. There's a lot of information that comes out in those Sabbath class. I suggest new brothers, new sisters that are trying to get a lot of information. Sabbath morning class in Houston. We go through the reading. But he don't just breeze through the reading. We touch on a lot of various themes in the reading, the Torah reading that is, and then we go into questions. All right. So that's good. All right. Okay. So let's do this. Does anybody got anything online? Anything online? If not, we'll go ahead and roll in here. Monica, did you have anything? Any questions? Monica. You're good? Okay. John, I know you studied up, ninja'd out. I just gotta ask. Gotta ask. I know you be on there, you know, getting it all. But we gotta ask. How's it going on your side? It's going good. They still trying to get at you though. When it comes to the word, their family ain't let up yet.
Nah, they ain't let up yet. I had a few conversations last week.
Yeah.
With my aunt, we was just sitting there talking, and she's crazy. She told me that she left the church, so she's still searching, trying to figure it out. But she was like, she was just seeing too much. But now she's like really diving in, trying to get a full understanding.
Yeah.
She's still trying to come off that Christian mindset.
This is the time of awakening, man. This is the time of this is the time of, forget that the age of Aquarius madness.
Right.
This is which was what? They tried to say that was around 2012 or something. This is the time when you look at the Most High, the punishment that's going out in the world, the punishment that our people are getting hit with, but it's still an awakening within that. So a lot of people are waking up.
Yep.
Brothers and sisters are seeing it. They can't
deny it
anymore. You know, if they trust in America, they can't deny it no more. They're like, okay, 400 years is, come on now.
Because everybody's saying about the 400 years. It's bringing it to the air
Bruh,
now.
I heard the newscaster say this.
Dang.
When he said that, I was like, bruh, he was like, listen, we've been in this 400 years, and I'm looking like,
oh, it's Judah.
Yeah, but a little feminish, but newscaster, but Yeah, bro. He was a newscaster dropping it on them, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. You know, I had to save that video just for one of our Hidden Truth shows. But everybody's waking up. A lot of stars, and we know we're not gonna jump the gun on giving credit to a lot of these movie stars, because there's been a lot in the past that jump on the Israelite bandwagon. And what's the one cat that had to apologize recently?
That was Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah,
You got him or you? Yeah.
what happened with that?
Now he just well, basically, he's on the Eagles football team. I think he's still on the Eagles team, but the coach and the owner are Ashkenazi Jews. So he had to, obviously they was gonna take that paycheck, take his denounce his name where you couldn't make any more money. But he should have went ahead,
like they did Kaepernick.
He should have went ahead and ate that. But that's for another.
Everybody don't want to jump on the grenade, man, for righteousness.
You got a lot of new rappers like Chingy. Chingy was a rapper, right? But that was a minute ago when he came out. But then you have T.I. was talking about it, about the truth. You have the new what's his name, basketball player, Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo, yep.
You got Carmelo Anthony. You have what other rappers? Kendrick Lamar. He's silent now.
Yeah. He disappeared after his album, though.
Oh, yeah, he's with his boo. Tucked in the Hollywood Hills.
He disappeared.
I know most of his stuff, he just dropped jewels and music. He don't really come out the forefront.
Right.
You got Cassidy. I did an interview about it. He was saying how he was going to fall back. He didn't really want to be out in the forefront.
Dang, really?
Say that again?
He didn't want to.
An interview or something where he was like, he was falling back. He didn't want to take away from, just his stardom to take away from people coming into the truth.
Kendrick?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And a lot of times they do nudge on the back end, pull you, like they did that
Omari Starr. Oh yes, you're talking about
the one
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson. I heard about him too.
And you have Omari Stoudemire, but Omari Stoudemire is kind of more on that Yiddish type of Hebrew that graft in. He's not.
Yeah. You got Cassidy the rapper too.
Cassidy actually talking to Daniela from up north.
I seen that. I seen that. I was watching a little bit of that.
Oh, okay.
But yes, there's an awakening happening, man.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of brothers and sisters that we're seeing in the mall today, we ran into, I don't know how many, at least two. One Israelite that was in the army, he got the truth in the army. Another brother that just got out the Navy, he knows about the truth. Justin.
Yeah.
Justin came through. Yeah. And we were just rapping a little bit, but obviously now he's starting to see, hidden truth.
Yeah.
Find out some things about the Israelites, so he's going a little bit deeper. So, individuals' minds are opening up and understanding history, and the Most High is relieving the fog. It's
gonna be some work. The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful, because a lot of these cats this is why we try to practice judge nothing before it's time.
Yeah. That's
what the scripture says. You can't be quick to cut somebody off. You don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? And we all know what happens when you come in the truth. People get bombarded. They be getting hit. So just because you don't see their face right away diving in, Hebrew Israelite up, it don't mean that they're gone. It just means that the Most High is working on them. What we remind brothers and sisters is that, remember, you got help, you got brothers, you got woe to him that's left alone, right? But a lot of these cats you can't cut off, man. These movie stars, they gonna be denouncing. They're gonna see that coronavirus, they couldn't do nothing. The command was you can't go out. They realized it didn't matter how much money you had.
Right. And when you think about it, the Most High shut down summer. I didn't even know we was really in summer, to be honest with you. It was kind of all like everything just smushed. You said you did, it just smushed together. We were in July, and the Most High had shut down basically everything.
Yeah. Let's get to these questions, man. What do we got online?
We have one question from, this is from Mustafa. It says, question, can you break down Hebrews 11 and verse 16?
Let's go there real quick.
Yeah, Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 16.
And I know I keep reiterating myself about questions, but remember, when we were in churches, we didn't get to ask questions. So don't get scared when it comes to questions. Ask, because we need to get clarity, understanding on what we're learning. Go ahead, read that.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse
Come on,
16.
come on in.
I don't know who that is.
Is somebody? Come on in,
No, you got a bracelet. Who knows what's going on? From the hospital. Who knows what's going on? Came from the hospital.
That's okay. Go ahead. Where we at? Come on in, brother. Shalom,
Hey,
brother.
Shalom.
How you doing? Hey, yeah,
Hebrews
give him
chapter
yours,
11, verse 6.
and you pull up one over here. He's gonna give you that seat right there. Get him a Bible. Yeah, where we at? So we're dealing with a question a brother has online. Where we at?
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6.
Right, Hebrews 11 and 6. Hebrews 11 and 6. Go ahead and read that.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
So without faith, it is impossible to please the Most High. So very, very important for us to understand that you can't come into the knowledge of the Most High. You can't say you're a Hebrew Israelite and not have faith.
Actually, 16, my apologies.
Okay, wrong scripture. Where's this question at?
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 16.
Hebrews 11 and 16.
Hebrews 11, verse 16.
Hey, Shaquat, move the things, get a seat, sit right there in the middle so you can see, and then also you can see what's going on if anybody else comes through, all right? Yeah, there you go. You can do it. That's fine. Make sure you peeking. You know what I mean? All right, if you need to put it on that side, you can do that too. Go ahead.
Sit on that side.
But now
Ariel, you
they
read.
desire a better country,
Or if
that is, and heavenly. Wherefore God is not ashamed.
okay, so read Hebrews 11 and start at let's start at verse let's get a little context of what we're reading about. His question is in verse 16. Let's go to verse let's see here. Hebrews 11 and 16, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Hebrew. Oh, need help? Okay.
Yeah, go down there, Maria. Go. Let's start at 13.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 13.
Yeah.
These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off.
Right. So these all died in faith, meaning that you look at the righteous men of the scriptures, the Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the men that put their life on the line, even the apostles, right? They died in faith, meaning that they didn't see it, they didn't make it to the kingdom as the land or the kingdom of Christ coming on the earth, but they seen it. They seen it because faith is the substance of things hoped for, right? But the evidence of things not seen. So you necessarily can't, you know, the Bible gives us a depiction of the kingdom, but it ain't here, right? All we see is filth, corruption, falsehood, destruction. So we're looking at this through the goggles, through the glasses of faith, to be able to see what is to come, what is promised to us. Go ahead.
And were persuaded of them.
Right. Meaning their faith persuaded them. Their faith led them to believe that this was possible. So we know it's verse 16, but even in the last verse we just read, that's why without faith it's impossible to please the Most High, because you're not going to do the things that's needed in faith. You're not going to be faithful. You're going to be here. You're going to say you believe, but any moment when you're tried, a person that doesn't have faith, they give up. They second question.
Con.
They doubt. Right? But a faithful brother, a faithful sister knows that everything Yahushua said, everything that the Most High promised will come to pass. Go ahead.
And embrace them.
Right.
And confess.
Yes. And that's what we're all doing. We're embracing it. We understand that right now is a trial. That everything we're going through is a battle. Right? But what do? We embrace the scriptures. We embrace the trials and tribulation, the persecution. We embrace, let the COVID. Why? Because we're going to embrace the scriptures that say the Most High is going to be with us. He's going to protect us. He's going to shield us. Right? COVID ain't the worst thing. Shit, you can get shot just because. So COVID ain't the worst thing. There's many things out here in this world that the Most High is going to be doing on the wicked. And unless you have faith and understand what is going on, you lose it. Right? What do you think the cats with the guns is doing? They ain't got faith. So their only way to do it, right, to combat what's going on, is to get their weapons.
I'm trying to armor up.
Yeah. They think that they're going to go to war with the white man, go to war with the police. Nah, it's not going to work that way. The Most High is our defender. Yahushua is our defender. Like he has been doing. Right? Go ahead.
And confess that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth.
Right. And this is talking about in the beginning before we became a nation. That's what we were. We were pilgrims. Right? We didn't have a land until the Most High gave us our homeland. Go ahead.
For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country.
Right. So you can see that by the promises that the Most High gave them, they went out, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, right? The prophets, they declared there was something greater. So their vision, their vision was deeper than just, well, I got to get me right now. I can't worry about what is to come. And that's why our people are dying out there in the world, because they're worried about, I gotta get me right now. I gotta worry about what is here right now. And being faithless, where has that gotten them? You know what I mean? The get rich and die trying, where has that got them? Dead. Like, it ain't helping. It ain't like all of a sudden we as a community is flourishing. No. You got a little paper. You didn't even get rich.
Nope.
You got a little paper and then you died.
It's funny. I had a conversation with Lakarad, one of his childhood friends.
Yeah.
He was in that dope game, trying to have his faith on the drugs.
Yeah.
He got himself killed, his wife killed, and his baby daughter killed all at the same time. They came in and killed everybody. Oh yeah.
But that's the streets. You want to live by the streets. You want to believe in it. You think you're a movie star like Scarface. This is what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Death comes to you because you love death. But he's a drug dealer. How many people that he killed?
Oh, and he does have bodies on him.
Exactly. Come on now. We know what the streets is.
Yep.
So the thing is, it didn't do nothing for our people.
Nope.
All of us, whatever lifestyle you came from, ex-dope dealers, drug dealers, dope heads, pill poppers, extortioners, murderers. Where did it get you?
There's always been this saying that they say you love the streets. A nigga love the streets, but the streets don't love you back.
Oh yeah, it don't. It don't, and because that's an ideology that the black man has adopted. And what does it do in our communities? You know what I mean? Chicago, how many people died last week?
I think it was over.
It was like $100. 100
A
people.
couple weeks ago. Yeah, 99, but it was more.
Oh yeah, a couple weeks ago now.
Yeah.
But they're like, that's right?
Yep.
They can't even, the dad came on the TV and said, Black Lives Matter. He said, it didn't matter with my daughter.
Right.
Right? So you're seeing that faith in what was promised. And now this is not the Christianity faith. We're going to believe and then we're going to hold hands with the enemy. No, this is that God said he's going to overthrow America. He's going to destroy the wicked. He's already destroying the wicked with the fires, the COVID, the famines, the pestilence, the earthquakes, right? He's doing it. So it's happening. Go ahead.
And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out,
right,
they might have had opportunity to have returned.
Right, and that's the problem. Our people ain't mindful of the promises. A lot of Israelites in the ancient days, when we were coming into the wilderness, they weren't mindful. They didn't have that foresight to be able to say, wait a minute, there's a promise. That's why the Most High said, listen, this generation is going to die in the wilderness. And it's the same thing here in this damn wilderness. You got a lot of our people, they ain't going to make it because they have no faith. They love America. They love the ideas. They love the American dream. So they're going to get stuck in the American dream. Excuse me. Go ahead.
But now they desire a better country.
Right. And that's what we do. Now, remember, this country, it's speaking twofold. It's the kingdom that was promised to them, Jerusalem, the land that they had to take from the Canaanites, Gergesites, Jebusites. But it's also foreshadowing the true kingdom that is going to come on earth. So it's a twofold meaning here. Remember that. This ain't just talking about our land that's inhabited by faggots and lesbians right now out there. It's talking about Christ coming and establishing his reign on earth. That's what we're being prepared for. That's where our faith is taking us. It should be. Go ahead.
That is, and heavenly. Wherefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God.
Right.
For he hath prepared for them a city.
Yeah, and the Most High prepared for us a city. He promised us, man, that this was going to happen. And I was just thinking about it today. Man, it's happening. It's happening. Like if you're asleep and you ain't woke right now in this age, you're done. If you still thinking that God is all love, that God loves America, that all we got to do is vote to get out of this, oh, you're going to be in sad case.
Oh, yeah. Because he's showing you the signs now.
Yeah.
That everything that you believe in is not so.
Everything. He's pulling the... It says in Ezekiel 47 that Babylon, she's being basically unclothed.
Right.
He's ripping the skirt off of this harlot and letting everybody know that Babylon the Great is the great whore. And if you cannot see it, you ain't never going to see it. Never. Go ahead. Come on.
By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac.
Right. So his verse was 16, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so once again, but now they desire a better country, right? So we know that country in those days was the land of Israel. But our country that we desire now is better than just the land over there, right? Being inhabited by so-called Jews.
It's dry, not fertile.
Right, dry.
It ain't
They
fertile.
moved all the real monuments. They moved the borders of where the homeland really is.
It's been defiled, man.
Yeah, that's not the country. You got a lot of our people. I think I was talking to High Priest ISSAIAH. He was talking about the guys that not effing around crew.
Right.
Yeah, these cats, they were talking about they want the country, they want
60 acres and a mule.
No, they wanted Texas.
Oh, yes, they did say that.
They wanted Texas.
They did say that, right.
And he was saying that's basically sounds like Islam, because Islam was saying they want 5 states. And these niggas are crazy, man. The white man ain't gonna Texas out of all the country.
The largest state. The largest state.
Out of all the states.
The largest state in America.
Out of all the states, you think you're gonna get Texas?
Yep.
Those white boys over there would have every nigga hung like if it was
not if it's up to Esau.
Where is it in history where they had us hung along the road? Huh? What? No. It's in history. It was it's like BC something, man. What they did is they hung all the Jews on crosses along the road.
Oh.
Spartacus, there you go. It was during Spartacus, exactly. So, you know, that's how they have us in Texas. They're not going to give up Texas. Out of all countries, Texas, that's the most Edomite, white, you know what I mean, country. Country. It's like its own country.
It is.
It's big as hell.
Especially in the back hills and the deserts area. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so, but now we desire a better country that is an heavenly. So, what we're waiting for is the heavenly kingdom. The kingdom that is prepared, that's going to come down. It says, wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their power. Why? Because the Most High is going to do, one, what he promised. Two, in that place, the Most High ain't going to be ashamed of us. Right? He ain't going to be ashamed of us. Right now, the Most High is, look at us. Not saying there's a rising, not saying we're not being awoken, but we're still in the ghettos and the slums, slinging dope to our own people.
Yep.
Selling drugs to our own mama. Killing our own people. So there is a shame that the Most High has on us. It says, for he hath prepared for them a city. So hopefully you get that, brother. You know that city is the kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. All right. What else we got?
We have, there was a sister. She said, what do I do with my husband that isn't reading scriptures and putting work before learning? He will read a scripture here and there. He says he hears class at work, but he won't sit down to learn.
Who asked me? Well, I said it earlier. Let me get that judge nothing real quick. We got to understand this. Everybody got to slow down. When you being a Hebrew Israelite, you get the truth. Nobody ever comes in gun-ho. Nobody comes in and starts doing the right things right away. Now, I am going to say we're not in the time to not play around. But that being said, you don't control anybody's soul or spirit. We got to be aware of that. You don't control anybody's spirit. Everything has to be given time and the proper way to deal with our people. You know, there's brothers and sisters online that have been watching us for 3 years. They barely called us up. Hey, I've been watching y'all for 3 years. I want to be a part of what y'all doing. You know what I mean? It took them 3 years of what? Watching, listening, making sure they're assessing. Because you know Israel, they critical as hell. They watching us. They making sure every class, if you taught on Trinity in 2015, that Trinity better be the same in 2020, right? That's what the black man does. It happens like that. And yeah, sometimes it's not good, but we would like to change that, but that ain't gonna change. Yeah, I would like to be like, yeah, brother, come on, let's get in it, dig in it, get your wings, let's go, we're flying. And he's like, I'll be there. Maybe. Right? It don't work like that. And you got to be patient. Yeah. You got to be patient. So we're going to touch on a few scriptures to remind you of the process of what the Most High said. Where you at?
1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Therefore, judge nothing before the time.
You see that? You see that? Judge nothing before the time. Meaning that you got brothers and sisters that are reluctant.
1 Corinthians chapter
4:9. You got brothers and sisters that is reluctant. Like they get the word and they're like, man, I've been waiting for this. You know what I mean? But man, when y'all do class? And it's like, oh, you do class? Oh, damn, I'm going to be over there. And you don't see them till 6 months later. Why? Because they didn't know Satan was going to hit them right away and try to divert them from their path. They don't understand that. But you, in your mind, you're being too critical, but you don't know what's going on. It's funny you ask this question because this is something that we always deal with, because it's like, we're like, well, what's up with the brother? But you don't know what's happening. The Most High is moving on him. He's refining him. He's refining her. It's not at your pace. So a lot of these relationships, the best thing you can do is be the example. Yeah. You be the example. You be in class. You be diligent. You be fervent. You don't give him any reason to speak against the truth. That way, when he finally lift up his head, because your example, it's going to be a beautiful thing. He's going to say, man, I watched the change in you, and wow, this is beautiful. And that's what we forget. You get so irritated that you start acting like a nigga, and it's like, wait a minute, you're the one that's supposed to have the truth, but you reverted back to niggerism instead of saying, no, let me keep shining, right? So my husband or my wife can see it. She or he is going to look at your diligence, right? Come on now. Us as black people, Hispanic people, what are they looking at? They're not watching this. They're looking at what you're doing. They're looking at your example. You got to remind yourself of that, even though that is your husband. You wanted to say something, sis?
I just wanted to say, one of my mentors said that all suffering comes from self-promotion. So maybe she has a problem with him because it's really within her.
Yeah, it is, and the way it is the lack of judgment. What it is the lack of correct judgment. Okay? That's all it is. It's the lack of correct judgment, because once again, you're going to hear me say this a lot. We're in the world, and we come in the truth, and we try to do the same thing of how we deal in the truth. I mean, how we dealt in the world. You got to put that mind off. It's a whole different mentality. The scriptures is telling us how to deal with it right now. What is he saying?
Therefore, judge nothing before the time, until the Lord comes.
Yeah, see, you can't judge nothing. Yeah, a brother or sister might need to get whooped. Certain people need to get whooped, dragged through the mud, then they come back. Hey, Shalom, yeah, man, I was playing last time I seen y'all, but I'm done with that. We had a sister. I ain't going to say her name. She's going to be here too in this camp. She's going to be on our way in a few days. But she was like, she came down the first time, right? And what happened? She was playing games. You know what I mean? She thought it was a joke. We were like, okay, sis, it's on you. You know what you came here for. Called, 8 months later, Shalom. Yeah, the Most High whooped me. Y'all were right. I was playing. I was acting like it was a joke. I'm ready to get right now. We're like, we do like the scriptures say. You open up your arms, okay, let's go. Let's get busy now, right? So that's going to happen. You got to look at all these things in the scriptures. Remember the prodigal son, right? So remember these things. You finished with that, right? Go ahead.
Therefore, judge nothing before the time, until the Lord comes, who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness, and will make manifest the counsels of the heart.
Ooh, whoa, that's so beautiful. You know why? Because what it's saying is sometimes you're wrong with examination and judgment. Yeah. You don't know what's in that brother's heart. You don't know what's in her heart, that sister's heart. So you got to give way for the Spirit to reveal things. Not you. Not on your time. I want it to be on my time. I want to be on my time. Where you at? We need you. He's not there yet. Sister, we need you. We need more sisters to sew. We need more sisters to get these garments. She's like, I'm not ready for that yet. And that's proper. Scriptures tell you about the babes. We're going to touch on it. Go from there. Go to Ecclesiasticus 4, verse 26. This is a very good question, because this is the Most High just reminding Kazakia, brothers, that when we deal with brothers, sisters, that everybody ain't gonna just right away get it.
Right.
They don't get it right away.
And when you think about it, we didn't get it right away.
Right.
For a lot of brothers and sisters that, you know, weren't born in the truth or their father taught them, you learned it after 30 years of wickedness, after 15, 25 years of whatever you were doing, of your own love, your own lust, and now getting the word. I don't think everybody was just straight.
Nah.
Woo! Yep. Officer of 50, wife righteous, fringes. Yes, my lord.
Yeah,
It wasn't
it
that
ain't-
quick. You know, so we have to look back at ourselves and see that, okay, well, it took me a little time to understand what the Most High was dealing with me in.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with other people. You know?
Yeah. When you look at, like, just think about it, sis, the sister that's asking the question. Are you on point all the time? Self-examine yourself, right? Like, you got to see how long you've been in the truth and what things you're still working on. So you got to give him his time. Raj, check this out. Read this.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 26. Be not ashamed to confess thy sins.
One more question.
And force not the course of the river.
Right. Do not what?
And do not force the course of the river.
What it's saying is that you can't control the motion of the ocean. You can't do that. There's certain things you got to sit back and you got to let the Spirit deal with. You can control you. Now, you can't say that, well, I got a problem, I can't do it. No, when you're drawn away by your own lust. So you got to work on you. You got to keep you tight, keep you shining, keep you an example for your husband. Be there for him, support him, be patient with him. The black man, the black woman don't got patience, right? We want everything on our own time. And the Most High knows how to plant, water, increase. He knows how to do it all. Let's go there next. Come on.
Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6.
This one should blow your mind right here. Because this is just a common reminder of the process of how people that are awoken, how they're going to get the truth. Okay? Read it again. Read it. Where are we at? Go ahead, Mario.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
I have planted, Apollos watered.
See, this is the process, brothers and sisters. There is no other process but this. When we go out there in the street, right? Like you said, the brother you met up at the little gathering in Washington, he was like, I was watching y'all first. Right. So we might have planted, right? We might have planted the seed. But then the camp he ended up going with is doing the watering, right?
Gone.
Read.
But God gave the increase.
But the Most High is the only one that can give the increase. Y'all got to understand this. Like, you can't force the Spirit down somebody's throat. Oh, you going to get this, you going to get this scripture. You going to understand this. They don't. A lot of reasons we know why. Stubbornness, sometimes it's rebellious, sometimes it's stiff-necked, sometimes they're slow, sometimes they got to learn in a certain way. But regardless, it's the Most High working on them. So you can't do anything but plant and water. Class is watering. You come and you get the classes, what we doing? We just watering. Now, it's great when the same brothers that's watering is planted. Oh, I learned it from y'all, now y'all watering. But even in that, you can't give the increase. The Most High does that. Read.
So then, neither is he that planted anything,
right?
Neither he that watereth, but God that giveth the increase.
But the Most High giveth the increase. Hold on. Kazakia gives the increase.
God that giveth the increase.
Right. The husband gives the increase.
God that giveth the increase.
Right. The Most High gives the increase. So you can't force that increase. They can be the smart. You know how many people we get with PhDs and they come in the truth and they act like Forrest Gump?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, you done got a PhD, you done got a high school, like you're all this smart in the world, but what? You come in the truth, you you're like, sis, but you were supposed to do it. I didn't know. Like, why? Because this is a whole different theme that we're doing here. It's spiritual. So it takes, it don't work like you did in the world. You know, I know we think about it like that way, right? You show them how to put the fries in, right? You don't know how to do what you're told? What the hell's your problem? But it's different in the spirit, right? Finish.
Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one.
Right. Now he that planteth and he that watereth are one. Go ahead.
And every man shall receive his own reward.
You see? Go ahead.
According to his own labor.
You see that? So, what is that saying? That they got to know that the reward of the Spirit, the increase, is not going to come until they want to labor for it. Your zeal got to want this. Your desire. You know what I mean? I can put a gun to your head all I want. But if you ain't going to do it, you ain't going to do it. That's in everything, isn't it? Like even when you deal with your kids. You give them the knowledge, you give them the wisdom, but what's got to be in them? The Spirit got to spark them. Jolt in them, and then they're like, man, I want to read. I want to study. I want to believe. I see the Most High around me. You see that? So this is how the Most High tells us the process is. One more. Did you find that?
Yeah, 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 2.
2 Thessalonians 3 and 2.
As babes.
Oh, yeah. First Peter 2.
Yeah, but the other one says, I think Paul was saying, like, damn, it's some of the way he was telling them, like he treated them as babes. Right?
Go ahead and read where you at.
2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 2.
Go ahead.
And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men.
Go ahead.
For all men have not faith, but the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you.
Right, listen. All men have not the same faith. All men have not faith. So what has to happen to get them that faith? Something got to happen. Something in their life. And it ain't necessarily always a car wreck or somebody shoots them in the face. It can be little things in their life that the Most High moves around to show them why the word is true. Why they need to submit to the Savior, to the knowledge, to the word. So, go from there. Go to Corinthians. That's where we're at.
This one?
Yeah, there you go.
1 Corinthians 3. So these are scriptures, man, just reminding us the process, how the Most High is doing it. You got it? You got it? You want to read it? I thought you grabbed it. Go ahead and read. Just jump up anytime. Kick this guy out of the way. Go ahead. Huh? Oh, 3 and 1. Yeah. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual.
He said, I cannot speak unto you as unto spiritual. Why? Because everybody coming in, man, they ain't all of a sudden in the spirit just because they stop eating pork. They got to start letting these things marinate and change them. That's what we think. We think this is like the church. Just because you put on a head wrap, you think somebody's now supposed to be glowing. You put on the dress, now all of a sudden their mind is going to be right. It don't work like that. So, he acknowledged that. I can't talk to y'all like on this spiritual level. Read.
But as unto carnal, even as unto babes.
Even as to what?
Babes.
As to what?
Babes.
We got to deal with them as babes. Now, how does it work with a baby? How does it work with a baby? Go to Isaiah 28 and 8.
Oh, there it is.
And you were going to say?
I got one.
Like the way you take
Yeah, well, how do they eat? Yeah, and you're how old? You're 11 years old. You know the process. With the baby, you got to give them milk, right? Could you shove steak or baby food in their mouth right away? Nah. We were talking about this yesterday. You can't just give them baby food because they're not old enough yet for baby food. But how do we do in the world? How do bad parents do? When the baby's crying, they can't get them to stop crying, right? They just what? They leave them there. The bad parents do that. Or shake them, or throw them in the dang microwave, or drive and throw them over the bridge, right?
Dang, he said sit on them.
Right, sit on them, but you got to raise your hand. You understand? You there, or did you? You got to raise your hand. You can't just do that. All right? Huh? Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 8.
Go ahead.
For all tables are full of vomit.
Right, jump to 9. I'm sorry.
Isaiah 28 and 9.
Uh-huh.
Whom shall he teach knowledge?
Right.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Go ahead.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
Look, listen to what he's saying.
Them that are weaned from the milk.
Are y'all getting this? He's saying that you won't even learn doctrine until you're weaned from the milk. Every time we read this, we always go precept upon precept, right? We go here a little, there a little. But we don't never get this part. He didn't say you're going to be on the milk. He said you're going to be weaned from the milk to understand doctrine. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, that they haven't even got the milk first. What is the milk? To believe, to confess, to take it serious. Is that not the first step? Even the Christians will tell you that. You got to confess with your mouth. Romans 10 and 4. Yeah, that's the first step. A lot of people haven't confessed. They haven't bear witness that Yahushua is the example. That Yahushua's lifestyle is what lifestyle we're going to have to take on. So they're still what? Like religions. Oh, I believe. They praise with their mouth, but their heart is way far from what needs to happen. Right? So go ahead.
And drawn from the breast.
Right. You got to be drawn from the breast to start understanding. So that's why Paul came back and said, I can't talk to you as spiritual. I got to talk to you like a baby. Because you're still on the base. You're still on the nipple. You're still on the bottom. Go ahead.
For precept must be upon precept.
We can't get there yet. Why? Because they got to be drawn from the breast. Right? Give me the other one in Peter's real quick.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 2.
1 Peter's 2 and 2. And then we're in this question. Hopefully this helps her out. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 2.
Go ahead.
As a newborn babe.
As a what?
Newborn babe.
See, so when everybody comes to the knowledge, they have to be as newborn babes. You can't make them a newborn babe. Some brothers come in 30, 40, and they want to stay 30, 40 years old of the world. They got to come in and say, okay, I don't know nothing. Show me in the Bible. But the problem is, we come in with all the baggage and saying, I know something. I am somebody. The scripture says what?
As a newborn babe.
Go ahead.
Desire the sincere milk.
Now, the Bible is saying they have to desire it. You see that? You can't say, oh no, you're going to take this milk.
Yeah.
You're going to take this baby food. Let me shove it down your throat. They have to desire it. I know these are simple scriptures, but when we read them, you get real clear understanding of what the process is supposed to be. It's not you that is going to force feed anybody, whether it be your husband, whether it be your wife, whether it be that brother, that sister. You can't do that. You got to let them be as babes and desire the milk. Was that a hand raised back there, sis? No? Okay. Go ahead.
milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
Right, because they have to see the necessity in what the milk is for. So what happens when a baby is hungry? They whine, they cry. A lot of times you got to wait till they start crying. A lot of times when brothers and sisters come in, they're still on the church mind. Everything is okay. I got my house right. My rib is in order. My kids is right. I'm shining. My hair, I look good, right? But they gotta start what? Catching it a little sometimes. That's the black man. Then when they catch it, then they're like, yeah, you know what? See, I need to be doing for the Most High. I need to be doing for the truth. So that's the process. Read on.
If so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious.
Right. So y'all get that, right?
I mean, we can add that one.
Go to Psalms 35 and 23. Go to Psalms 35 and 23. Psalms 35, 23, and then we'll move to the next question.
Psalm chapter 35, verse 23.
Go ahead.
Stir up thyself.
Yeah, the Most High is showing us that we have to stir this up in ourselves. We have to want more and better. But the beautiful thing, like we was just saying, the Most High is going to show us in our life examples. He may try to check us, to wake us up, but we're the ones that's going to literally have to be like, you know what? Okay, my wife is locking in. My kids are locking in. My husband's locking in. You know what? Let me go ahead and get right. Read that again.
Stir up thyself.
We have to, because the Most High has given us His choice, and that's the beautiful part about it, is that He's given us all avenues to learn. He's showing us the reward, what can come from applying ourselves in His word. So we see everything. So we have to stir ourselves up. Go ahead.
And awake to my judgment.
We got to awake to His ways, awake to what the Most High wants us to do, how He wants us to act, how He wants us to walk.
Yeah.
So we got to see that the way, again, like you said, the old man, our old ways isn't the Most High's judgments.
Right.
That's why we have to stir ourselves up to His judgments.
Right. So the process is, once again, reiterating that each individual has to stir themselves up.
Yeah, we're accountable.
You're accountable for yourself. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. But the only thing I can do is plant and water. I can't stir you up. You know what I mean?
Wish.
Yeah, you wish, but it don't work like that.
You give a heavy sermon, as they say in church. You dropping bars.
Yeah. Israel will look at you like,
they fading away.
Yeah. All right, so we get that, right? What's the next question? Where we at?
There's
Is that it on the questions?
No, there's one.
What do we got?
Was Ruth an Israelite or not?
We've been over that. We'll hit you with the link on that. All right? Why? Because that's a common Facebook discussion that we do one class on it, and then we have it there for brothers and sisters that are battling that. I'll tell you this. If she is or not, that's not going to get you into the kingdom. So get your focus on. All right? That being said, go ahead and we'll shoot you the link, get you that class. All right? Yeah.
If she is or not, it also shows to be submissive to your husband.
Right.
Especially if you want to get it.
Right? There's a lot more things, right? She shows you, right? He's right. Go ahead. Where we at? What else? Is that it on questions?
Yeah, she had it was just a second part to that. Not really a question, but she says, I don't want to say so much without getting in my feelings, but I want to actually sit as a family and focus on learning.
Yeah, but you got to wait. Sis, go to Matthew. Let's rewind a little bit. Let me go in a little another depth on this. Go to Matthew 7:1. Remember this, sis. Whoever got it, read.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Judge not, that ye be not judged.
Read it again.
Judge not, that ye be not judged.
The scriptures is telling us, judge not, that ye be not judged. You know what it's reminding us is? That this is all of us, from King Supreme to the lowest brother, if you want to look at it like that. The lowest ranking sister or brother. We got to remember not to judge. You don't know really how to make that judgment call. So give it time. Be patient. Be long-suffering. Because the judgment you're putting out, when he does lock in, and let me give you an example. Because you're asking, all right? So we got a brother and a sister in the school, and they flew out. They were like, man, we want to get counseled. This is a real situation. It was in Houston. They skipped vacation. They was like, we want to come out. We want to get counseled. And the sister was like, my husband, he just doesn't take control. Y'all know where this is going, right? He was like, she came out, she was like, I just want him to take command of things and lead the household like an Israelite man should, right? She was hard with it. And I'm sitting there, you know me, I'm sitting there within myself saying, uh-oh, she's opening a can of whoop ass, right? Because I already know where this is going. What she is doing is opening up a level to the Most High to say, Yahweh, I want to submit more. It didn't go that way.
Test me, Yahweh.
Yeah, it didn't go that way. So they got back home, and he sent an audio. And I'm not saying no names, but this is not about making fun of anybody either. This is just examples to show y'all what we go through and to be careful how you judge. All right? I don't want you to think that I'm trying to make fun of the situation, because it's not. It's real life. And went back home, and I'm getting audios of her screaming at him, nigga, you garbage, and she's cursing him out, and I'm like, this is definitely not a Hebrew Israelite woman. But what happened was this. When he finally started to try to step in, 1 Corinthians 11:1, God, Christ, man, and woman, she was losing it. She lost it. Oh, no, we got to do it like this. Why we got to do it like that? Well, it's always got to be your way? Oh, because you the man? Like, you wanted 1 Peter 3:1. Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as unto the Lord. When he started to lock in, I don't know what happened now. I don't even know if they still watching class. You know why? Because this is not a game. Listen to the scriptures. Be patient. Do what the scriptures say. I get it. You want to be a family. But wait. Be patient, because the Most High is going to make moves. He's going to build your house. You show the good example of patience, long-suffering, love, loving kindness. That's what you're supposed to do. You had your hand raised, sis.
Can she just teach the babies herself?
She can teach the babies herself, yes. She can go ahead and teach them, right?
I mean, I guess, while she's waiting.
Right, she's waiting for him. Yeah, that's what she's going to do. She's going to not be disgruntled, not be hood radish, but be the woman of the scriptures. Wait, submit yourself to your husband. We always give you the disclaimer. If your husband's not beating you, he's not tying you up in a corner and making you smoke weed and crack, he's not, beating your kids, molesting your kids, then you got to learn patience and say, let me wait on the Lord. Okay? That's the way. You got something? I see you pull something.
I was looking for it.
Okay, all right. I see you pulling something. What's that? You got something?
1 Corinthians 7:14, does that apply?
1 Corinthians 7:14.
The wife sanctifies the unbeliever.
Yeah, absolutely. That definitely has applied. Let's finish this one, then we're going to jump to the one he put. On point, yeah.
For with judgment ye judge. Ye shall be judged.
Right. For what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. And that was the moral of the example. The moral of the story was that the sister didn't understand. She was asking the Most High, put me in order now. Put my family in order. And when he started to now take that order, everything seemed to be a problem. Everything was a problem. He didn't like how he dealt with the kids, her kids. He didn't like what decisions he made over here. Everything was an argument. He wasn't in class enough. It was, sister, please be humble and just do it the way the scriptures say, and you will see that the Most High will guide your house, right? So, and you can read down in that Matthew 7:1 on down, because it tells you the same judgment you judge is going to be met to you. You're going to have to live up to that standard, okay? All right, jump over to 1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 14.
1 Corinthians 7, verse 14. Once again, the Bible is telling us the process. All right, 7 and let's read 13. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
And the woman which hath an husband that believeth not.
Right. So this is that situation. Like straight to the point. You got a husband that really don't believe, he's not really in there yet. Go ahead.
And if he be pleased to dwell with her.
Meaning that there is a united consensus that, you know, he respects what you believe. He's not making you eat pork and, oh, we gonna eat pork, we gonna celebrate Christmas, and he's trying to force you to do wickedness. Then there's an understanding in the house. There's still an order, a respect in the house. Right? Go ahead.
Let her not leave him.
Don't leave him. Because the Most High don't want that. Go ahead.
For the unbelieving husband is sanctified.
So what he's saying is this. That if you let the process happen, there will be a cleansing that can presumably happen. You're walking righteous, a woman of integrity and righteousness. Your husband sees that. It will give him the initiative to follow what you're following. I mean, there's a lot of men that do it in the world. Follow their woman everywhere she goes. Be patient and let this sanctification through your good example happen. I keep saying that because the way you're not going to fix it by trying to rule over your husband and tell him what to do and tell him how he's got to do it. It's not going to work that way. Be patient. And then the Most High is going to intervene. He's going to see you're a righteous woman, and he's going to get all of that together in unity. Yeah. Go ahead.
Is sanctified by the wife.
Right, it's sanctified. So what it's saying is that this can happen if you let the process happen. Go ahead.
You got questions?
Who had a question?
No.
And the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband.
So it could be vice versa as well. Okay. You what's that?
No, it's not a question.
Okay. So, yeah.
Are we done with that?
Yeah.
Can we go to, can we use Titus' question about teaching the kids? I would say the same.
Right, yeah. Let's go there. Titus 2 and 4.
Titus chapter 2, verse 4.
Now, this is for the sister's statement about can she teach the kids, right? Y'all see, man, the scriptures don't leave anything out. Every situation, every problem, every solution is here. But we got to follow it.
Yep.
We're going over all these scriptures. You got to follow them so it can work for you. Come on.
Let's start at 3.
Yeah.
Chapter 2, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
Man, perfect. Both on point. That the aged women, you're supposed to keep that character of what? Holiness. Pure, a pure mind state. That's why I said don't revert to, oh, you know what? Since it ain't happening my way, I'm losing my damn mind like this other sister did. You don't want to do that. That just divided our house. At a certain point, the brother was like, I can't deal with this no more. She's arguing with me and fighting with me about everything. Go ahead.
Not false accuser.
Not what?
False accuser.
See? You gotta let the motion happen. Don't become now disgruntled. Go ahead.
Not giving to much wine.
Right? Don't go to outward influences to try to get that correct. Let's just let this influence you. Let the Bible, let the process. Go ahead.
Teachers of good things.
Do what?
Teachers of good things.
You're supposed to be teaching those kids, teaching your husband through your example. Look, this is when you're locked into the Spirit. Guess what you get? You get a wife and a family and children that are locked into righteousness. It's beautiful. So this is the method. Christ said he's the way. Let this be the way. Go ahead.
That they may teach the young women.
Right, and this, you're going to be teaching your daughters this. And you're going to be teaching family members this. They're going to look at you and see the example. If you come amongst the congregation, they're going to see, okay, her husband's not all that diligent, but her example is on point. Yep. Go ahead.
To be sober. To love their husbands. To love their children.
Yeah, it says love their husbands, though. But I like it because it's not only just teaching the children, like, yeah, I'm going to teach the children because the husband's not.
Right.
You know, in a negative way. But it's just understanding that the Most High is working things in his time. So it says about, read that one more time.
Teach the young women to be sober.
Read.
To love their husbands.
Yeah, and understand that the Most High is working with everybody. He worked with you. He's probably working with your husband in his battle. Because remember, we're all going through battles. And that's the beautiful thing about the Bible is that we're all going to go through it. But we have to be here for each other. Because like it says it all the time. We are all we got. Because who else is going to comfort us with the scriptures? Who else is going to understand what we're going through? Especially the loved ones in our households.
Right.
So we got to see that the older women are showing the younger women how to establish their household, but understand how to love their husband through the good times and through the bad.
Yeah, that's a real big problem with our people, man. We want to control things that's out of our control. And then you get mad when it's not going the way you like it. Yeah. Right? You know, we've been talking about this the whole week, haven't we?
Yes, sir, we have. Yes, sir, we have.
Same spirit, man. You got it. You can't wrangle and you gonna be in order. You gonna do it my way. It ain't gonna work like that. You just gonna scare that person off. They're gonna be like, okay, this nigga's spooky, or this. Okay, you're crazy now, right? What's that, Ariana?
And then on the other side too, as well. You know, you make that petition to the Most High, like I want you open up the floodgates, give me this.
Right.
Okay, I'll give you a piece of it, and you buckle under pressure from that first piece of what the Most High gave you.
Right.
To show that you weren't ready.
You weren't ready for that.
You're like, let me get this husband that's dedicated. Let him come in.
Yeah, because dedicated means that he's going to be around the brothers more. Right. Dedicated means that he's going to be at street speaking. Dedicated that it means that he's going to be a teacher. Right. Dedicated means that you got less time with him. Less Netflix nights because he's going to be studying more, being that he's new, right? What you wanted him to do, right? You're going to be in the book more. And then you realize what?
He's not in the house.
We don't spend time like we used to.
You always in the book. You always with the brothers. You always late early morning.
Yeah. And then when he's a teacher, what happens? You're always on the phone counseling. What, could you just give me a little minute at a time? You always it's either you're in class, you're counseling, you're at street speaking. What about time for us?
And then when we talk, it's like you're teaching me again. And we have a regular conversation. Hey, what happened?
You don't win either way, right?
No, you don't.
What he just said was perfect. It gets to the point to where if that woman doesn't have knowledge, she says ignorant stuff like that. Yep. Well, you're always teaching me. It's never just us talking. Like, that's technically talking, right? But I'm teaching you too. But it's those things that a lot of sisters don't understand. Let us, trust me, we experiencing this. We know what you're going to have to deal with, what you're dealing with. It's a battle, but you got to wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord. Go ahead.
To be discreet, chaste,
right. You supposed to continue to be discreet, not disgruntled. Let me carry myself discreetly. I'm not getting on the phone with ex-girlfriends because, you know, I heard what Priest Kazaki said, and I know the 1,000 scriptures they just gave me. That's all good. But I need somebody to vent to. I'm going to call the youngest sister, the person that's going to agree with me, the person in the world. No. You're supposed to let the Spirit, let the Word correct you. Let it guide you. Be at peace with what needs to happen. Be discreet. Go ahead.
Keepers at home.
Go ahead.
Good. Obedient to their own husband.
Right.
That the word of God be not blasphemed.
And that's where I want to end it on that. Because the word is going to be blasphemed through you. If you say you're Israelite, say you're a sister that believes, and then you get disgruntled and out of order and beastly and disrespectful to your husband. So, hopefully that helps out, all right?
Dang.
What's that?
No, I was looking at their name.
Right. Hopefully that helps out. Those scriptures was on point. Where are we at now?
This is from the Umbrella Corporation Wuhan facility. If a woman is divorced, yet her husband is still alive, Matthew 5:32 states, it's illegal to marry a divorced woman. Can you clarify? Let me finish. It says they're divorced because they could not get along. No fornication / adultery.
Okay, read it again. You gotta kind of pose. It's kind of statement / question. So we're gonna read it again. See where the question is at in here. Go ahead, read it again.
If a woman is divorced, yet her husband is still alive, Matthew 5:32 states it's illegal to marry a divorced woman. Can you clarify?
Oh, it's illegal to marry the divorced woman. Well, okay, so we got a few things going on here. Okay? The scriptures tell us, let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's go to Matthew's first. 5 and what is it? 32. Go to Matthew's 5:32. Let's line this up real quick before we start firing. 5 and 32. I want you to give me in the law where it says about the giver of a divorce. Go to Ecclesiastes. Huh? Yeah, when we get there. I'm not sure which one we're going to first. Give me 1 second, and you can. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know what? Let's read the question first. Go ahead, brother. What's your name? Ra? Okay, stand up and read, please.
But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife saveth.
Oh, okay, but you gotta slow it down so we can get word for word what is being said. All right, go ahead.
But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife.
So whoever put away his wife, right? It's a comma. So that's what we're talking about. If you put away your wife, okay. So was that against the law? Was divorce against the law? Huh? No. Huh? No. According to the law of the Bible, right? Was it wrong to divorce? No. Now we know Yahweh Shai came back and reminded us that it wasn't created for that, but according to the law, right, there was a divorce, right? So hold that. We're going to jump back here. We want somebody else to get the other scripture. Go to Ecclesiastes. We're going to go back there, though. So, yeah, just hold that. Don't let that go. Get me Ecclesiasticus. If she go not. Oh, you got it in here?
Yeah, you got
Oh, you know what? Get the Ecclesiasticus, you go to Deuteronomy 24. All right? Yeah, let's do it like that. We're going to hit all these. We're going to let the Bible talk to us. Because a lot of people think that it's wrong to divorce. We got to remember why Yahushua said what he said. So, read Deuteronomy 24. Let's go to the law first. Go ahead.
25.
20 what?
Ecclesiastes 25.
No. We go to Deuteronomy what?
24 and verse 3.
24 and 3. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 3.
Project that voice. Go ahead.
And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement.
And do what?
And write her a bill of divorcement.
So it's the situation where you find something is wrong with this woman, and you write her a bill of divorce. Go ahead.
And giveth it in her hand, and sendeth her out of his house. Or if the latter husband died, which took her to be his wife.
Go ahead.
Her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife.
So technically, the former husband, after that woman has slept with another man, the former husband can't go back to that woman. That is the process. The former husband, according to what we're reading in Deuteronomy, and I want you to read from verse 1. Let's get some clarity on this.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 1.
Go ahead.
When a man have taken a wife and married her, and it comes to pass that she is found no favor in his eyes.
She found no favor in his eyes. There's something wrong with this woman. Go ahead.
Because he has found some uncleanliness in her.
Go ahead.
Then let him write her a bill of divorcement.
Right.
And give it in her hand.
Right. So the scriptures is telling you that there was a divorce. And it's going to tell us who can marry this woman. Read on.
And send her out of his house.
So he give her a bill of divorce and he send her out. Go ahead.
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
In the beginning it was not so.
Right. Then read that again.
She may go and be another man's wife.
According to the law, she may what?
Go and be another man's wife.
So, remember, Christ ain't do away with the law. It's telling you here that in the law, if you divorce this woman, she may go and be another man's wife. But if she go and be another man's wife, and that guy dies or something, you can't go take that woman back on. All right? You know why we got to go to the law? Because a lot of brothers don't understand we're not going to understand. I'll reward that. We are not going to understand unless we understand the law. We're not going to understand what Yahushua meant and why he said what him said. All right? So y'all get that. Everybody's clear. That according to the Bible, it was lawful to divorce. In the law. We have 600 and how many laws?
13.
613 laws. And one of the laws says what? It was lawful. Alright? You follow the Sabbath? Why? Because it says in the law. In the law we just read what? It was lawful that you could divorce. Alright? Now we got to understand what Yahushua was bringing in so we can understand all the whole Bible. Alright? Okay, because not saying that this is how we want to do. Alright? But we got to understand the law before we speak on what Yahushua was saying. You had your hand raised? You got to yell because the fan. And your voice is so soft. My daughter. Could the women divorce a man? No. Nice try. Nah, all right, let's go to go back to Matthew's Where did we leave off at? Well, the brother had Matthew's what? 5 and 32, right? Go ahead and read Matthew's 5 and 32 again, Ram. Stand up and read that for me, brother. Did you still want to read? Okay. Read. Project your voice and just read it, not too fast. Go ahead.
Saving for the cause of fornication.
Right. Now, Yahweh Shai was reminding us that, okay, I know what the law says, but the law was set up, the uncleanliness was supposed to be fornication. It wasn't supposed to be, oh, I'm divorcing her because she got thick, she got 2 chins now, she got 3 stomachs, right? Oh, she got too skinny, I like them thick. It don't work like that. Or, you know what? Her breath started stinking, right? It don't work like that. You can't cut your rib off for any reason. So, Yahweh Shai was reminding them, it has to be for fornication. Y'all get this? It had to be for fornication. She had to. Now, we know fornication is in two ways, right? Fornication is the outward of the body. You can go sleep around, which goes into committing adultery. Also, fornication is what? She could be trying to pull the Christmas tree in the house. She trying to teach the kids Halloween. You're not going to submit to that. If my ribs came in and be like, no, we're doing Christmas now. Somebody's packing their bags, either me or you, which one? Right? You understand? That's not the way it's going to be, right? She can't bring demonic customs in the house, and because you're married, you say, well, we are married, so I got to submit to that. No. We only follow the one true God, right? So we don't, if she fornicates in both of those ways, this is when you can separate from her. Y'all get this? Go ahead.
Matthew.
No, yeah, read down to Matthew's.
Somebody pick it up.
Okay, somebody pick up for me.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 32.
Uh-huh.
But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication,
Right?
causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her
Right.
that is divorced, committeth adultery.
Now, why did Christ say that? And what did he mean? He meant that if it wasn't for some uncleanliness, then you just made a whore out of her. But how do we know that? Because we read the law. The law said you could divorce her if there was an uncleanliness. Yahweh Shai was edifying on that uncleanliness. It had to be fornication. Right? It could just be any reason. Okay?
Check wasn't high enough last week.
You got to talk loud for me, sis. Go ahead.
So you just told your daughter that a woman cannot divorce a man for any reason?
No, she can't. The only way a woman can divorce her husband is if he is trying to teach her to be a demon and worship other gods and follow other philosophies, or he's abusing her and beating her.
That's where I was going at.
Yeah. Yeah, if he's abusing her, remember, the Most High commanded the husband to treat the wife as his own flesh. So the Bible's not telling a woman, if this nigga's punching you in the face and kicking you in the stomach, you got to submit to that. We all submit to righteousness. If I start smoking crack right here, right now, I done left righteousness, right? You know that, okay, Kazaki done lost his damn mind. You're not going to say, you're going to be like, I can't roll with that. That's anything. If somebody leads you to the hill and they jump over, do you jump with them, right? That's that same analogy. So, yes, a woman can divorce a husband, but the reasons have to be for those cases. It can't be for her to say, well, you know what? He likes the spaghetti this way, and I already made the damn pot of spaghetti. Every time I do something my way, you want to change it. See, I can't deal with this. You got to do it the way your husband said do it, right? It got to be for those reasons: fornication, abuse, Right? Okay. All right. Now that we got that clear, let's go to Matthew's 19. Yeah. Just hold off on that. Okay. Matthew's 19. We'll throw that boy in there. Matthew's 19 and read verse. You're going to start at 4.
Matthew's chapter
3.
19.
Matthew 19 and 3. Go ahead.
Verse 3. The Pharisees
I gotta remember.
also came
I
unto
written
him,
right in there.
tempting him, and saying unto him.
So the Pharisees came and asked the same question, right? But they weren't asking it to really want to know, like the person that's asking. They were asking it to tempt Christ. Because they didn't think Christ knew what he was dealing with. They didn't think he knew the law. Right? That's why my first instinct was to go to the law, so we can comprehend what Yahweh Shai is saying. Now we know Matthew 5:17, the law is not done away with, right?
No.
Okay, so Yahweh Shai is following the law, but he's giving understanding. Read that. Read.
And saying unto him.
Go ahead.
Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife?
Now we just read in Deuteronomy the 24th chapter that it was lawful, right? We just read that with our own 2 eyes. In the Torah, the Tararah, that it was lawful, he could put away his wife. But they're tempting him. Read.
For every cause.
Right, now, but they are playing with him for every cause. And we know it couldn't be for every cause. So now we're understanding where that Matthew's 23 was saying. You couldn't cut her off for every cause. She got cellulite. You know what? That's not what I need no more. You know what I mean? She got 2 chins. No, you can't cut her off. Right? It don't work like that. You understand that? She what?
She's barren.
She's barren. No, just get you. No. No, she's barren. You can't cut her off. You can't cut her off because she's barren. You understand? What else? What other some reasons brothers try to cut them off, like he said, for any reason? Huh? What's some we get in the school?
Oh man.
What's that?
Like earlier, she's not moving fast enough.
Oh, there you go. She's not moving fast enough.
Yep.
Her learning curve is too slow.
Yep.
Right? What else?
She snores too much.
She snores too loud. Oh my God. Yeah. Yes, sis?
Did the brother say, I don't love her anymore?
I don't love her anymore. No, it don't work like that. It don't work. You can't just, I don't love her anymore. What the hell does that mean?
Why?
Like she done gave. A person that says that don't understand what love is based on. Love is not based on that feeling of butterflies you get in your stomach when you're 18 and she fly and you fly. That's not love. That's called infatuation. Love is built over time through endeavoring with unity, sacrifice, commitment. Right? Even brothers that come in, we gain a love for a brother because it says a brother's born through adversity. That says there's a brother in name, and then there's a brother a friend that is there with you, right?
Yeah, it says a friend is not known in prosperity.
Right. So you can't just be like, oh, you know how kids do? You know, I had to correct my kids on that when they were in the 2nd, 3rd grade. It's like, oh, my friend. I had to tell them, that's not a friend. They're acquaintance. Right? A friend is someone that ride or dies with you.
Yep.
Or even more, a brother. Now, someone you love. So, no, you can't just fall out of love. There ain't no such thing. With the white man and with Telemundo, yeah. With damn Netflix, you can fall out of love. Yep. But when you're with somebody that's dedicated, have given, has sacrificed, you built, right? Now you can say, you know, like before that love is built, you can say, well, I don't love her. I don't love him because you haven't built that love. That's a whole nother thing. All right, what you gonna say? Okay, let's read it from the top. Read it again.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 3.
Go ahead.
The Pharisees also came.
Read verse 4.
Verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
Right.
And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife.
Right. So what was Yahawashi doing? He was reiterating what marriage should be. Now we're going to understand about the law. What marriage should be when you women marry a man, when the man marries a woman, it was originally intended that y'all are together forever. You understand that?
The rest of your life.
For your rest of your life. That's what it was originally intended. And that's why he went back to Adam and Eve. Because Adam and Eve didn't have the written law as the Torah. They had the law, but they didn't have the written law. But they knew it. That was his woman to death. How long did he live? 900. How long did Adam live?
965.
900 some years.
965, I believe.
Eve probably lived up there the same way, right? So, read on.
And they twain shall be one flesh.
That unity was supposed to be created and established and built throughout all that time of marriage. One flesh. Not, oh, you listen to your mama, your girlfriend is telling you how to run your relationship. Yep. Well, Granny said, Oprah said, well, my cousin said, Tyrone told me, man, you got to smack these hoes down. You know what I mean? No. You're supposed to be listening to the knowledge to make y'all one flesh, right? Go ahead.
Wherefore, they are no more twain, but one flesh.
Yeah, you're not your own. You're one flesh. Read.
What therefore God hath joined together,
right?
Let no man put asunder.
Now, we are clear that Yahawashi knew the law. We are clear that he quoted already the law in the last chapter we just read. He knew the law. He knew Deuteronomy, the 24th chapter, the first verse, all the way down to the third verse, plus, right? He knew that. Go ahead.
They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement?
So he knew that too. But he was telling them what was intended to happen. Now he's going to tell you why Moses wrote that in the law. By commandment of the Most High. Go ahead.
And to put her away.
Read.
He spake unto them.
Right.
Moses, because of the hardness of your heart.
So, very important part of what Yahawashi gave us understanding on. So, I'm going to go back and correct the brother and say, yes, you can divorce. Because a lot of times, during this time, if y'all choking each other out, we're not going to say, you know what, y'all got to be together no matter what. Kill each other. That's what the Most High want. It don't work like that. What? Yeah, death do you part, right?
One of us going to die.
I thought you said death before dishonor. That too, right? Death do you part. It don't work like that. The law gave us the bill of divorce because insensible Negroes that ain't spiritual enough to use the law, to perform and be spiritual enough to forgive, to let go, to not have resentment. You know how many relationships, man, go 20, 30 years and the woman or the man still have resentment in them? And they don't want to let things go what happened in their youth? And it's just what? The whole way through this relationship, chaos. So Yahawashi is reiterating why that law was given. Because it's in there. And it's in there that if you divorce her, she can go marry another. Right? That's what the law said. Go ahead.
Suffered you to put away your wives.
Right? That's why he suffered you to put away your wives. Because you niggas was hard-headed. Israelites were beastly, unruly. So he said, wait a minute. We got to give them something to where they don't kill each other. Like now, right? You got a lot of situations where these people don't got no sense. They ain't got no wisdom. You got to tell them, no, the Most High commanded y'all to kill each other? No. You're going to say, y'all got to separate. And what we do in our school, we're like, listen, before y'all consider divorce, do like the scripture says. Take a little time apart, take a little breather, and come back and fix that. Because you guys need to breathe. Yes, you move here, you move there, get a little breather, but that's still your woman. Right? You can't cut her off. And wives, you can't go sleeping with this person and that person because you on break. It don't work like that. Got to throw that in there, right?
Just trying to test the waters.
Yeah, because like, well, you said we were separated for a time. No, not to be a hooker, but for you guys to come back together. And we'll go to Corinthians to show where that is also. Okay, go ahead.
But from the beginning, it was not so.
You see that? So he was trying to remind them, yes, the law does say this, but the true intentions should be that there is no separation. Go ahead.
And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery.
Why? Because he's reminding them it couldn't just be for any reason. So, according to the law, brother, if that man puts away his wife, she can go marry another man. That's what it says in the law. It's not unlawful. Now, could we salvage this relationship? Could we salvage this marriage before you go to this extent? Right? That's what we should be talking about. Like Yahushua said, we shouldn't have to go to that part of the law and say, well, because it says give her, what? Now go to your apocrypha. Where are we at?
Sirach 25, verse 26.
Go ahead.
If she go not as thou wouldest have her,
right?
Cut her off from thy flesh,
right?
And give her a bill of divorcement.
See? So the scripture says if she go not as thou wouldest have her. So yes, in the law, all through the scriptures, it was okay for the divorce. And then in the law, it said that another man can marry her. Now, what it did say is that you couldn't go back and remarry her after she had married another man. All right. So was that clear? Sometimes I talk too fast. Was that clear? Y'all got that? Can I get a con? Okay. What's up, Op?
And not going as you would have her would be fornication, correct? Because the law says to submit to your husband,
right,
in all things,
right.
And he is to give due benevolence, so forth. And
because
so
if she go not as like if everything is an argument, you guys are fighting. That goes back to why the bill of divorcement was given. Baby, I need you to do with this. Why we got to do it like that? Why it got to always be your way? Why it is that? Baby, the scripture said, submit yourselves. Let's go over the definition of submit again. I ain't going over that. Well, if you gonna leave, then leave. If we gonna, okay, you're disgruntled. Now I got to deal with you with the law because you're not listening. Are you gonna listen? I don't want to divorce you. I don't want to go there. Could we work this out? Nah, nigga, nah. We ain't working none now. You know what? I'm going to go my way. You go your way. Right? But I love you. We don't supposed to separate. Yeah, but see, I ain't submitting to that madness. You want me to dress this, dress that. Yes, sir, this. You, my Lord, that. Nigga. I'm not doing that. Okay, then you got to go. You're not even a Hebrew Israelite woman. You're a hood rat. You understand that? That's not an Israelite woman. Right? Same thing for the man. Right? You know, he's out in the street sleeping with every damn woman in sight. Talking about, well, listen, the Bible says, right? And then coming back trying to flip the scriptures on you. You're supposed to be in order to a righteous man, not no damn gribbling. It goes both ways. Remember that. All right. So I'm hoping that edified the brother. What the law says, bringing it on through what Yahushua added, and the understanding he was given why all these things, should be bring clarification. Now, one last scripture. We say we're going to go to Corinthians about if they they separate for a time.
1 Corinthians 7 and 5.
Go there. 1 Corinthians 7 and 5. Yep. See, once again, the Bible is going to go every step of the way. Before you give her a bill of divorce, you got to check yourself. Why are you giving her a bill of divorce? Right? But yeah, you know what? I had to go through it like that because you got some cats are telling these women, oh, you can never marry again. So you try to tell me you can go out, you can remarry again as a man, but you going to doom this woman and make her think that she can't marry ever again in her life? Bruh, come on, man. That's some hypocritical madness. You know what I mean? First of all, the law says she can marry. You're not going to bound her to the dungeon to where she never sees a man again. Nah. Why? Because listen, all men ain't right either. I know sisters that's in the truth and their husband is damn weed heads. Taking all their money, taking all her money, and then literally try to come back and use the Bible on her. Talk about you got to be in order. So you trying to tell me that she just gonna have to put up with that? Get robbed by this guy? Get used by this guy? No. Because he uses the Bible? Nah, man. The Most High. I'll put it like this, and let me go a little deeper. Right? Nabal's wife, Abigail. Yeah. Did she remarry? Yes.
Yeah, she got snatched up. David.
Yeah, David took her on.
Yeah.
You understand? So there's women in the scriptures that remarry. Right? Now, there's women in the scriptures that chose not to. Judith chose not to. Right? But we know according to the law, it said you can. Mm-hmm. What? Talk loud.
Can you divorce her if she sleeps with somebody else?
Yes. Remember, we just read. Fornication is when you physically go sleep with other people. It goes into adultery. Okay? So we talked about the two ways fornication is spoken about in the scriptures. A spiritual fornication and a physical fornication. All right? All right. Yeah. Where we at?
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Defraud ye not one another. Defraud ye not one the other.
Go ahead.
Except it be with content for a time.
Consent
For a time.
So we're at let's start at man, let's start at 1. Cause we got new people. Let's start at 1. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Now concerning the thing whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman.
Right.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication.
And what that means is that Paul didn't want to deal with women. And he didn't want to deal with women because he knew that women was going to take up all his time. With women come kids. With kids and women come time. Dedication, commitment. So he himself was saying, man, if you got the power within your loins not to deal with a woman, my suggestion is don't do it, right? But like the Catholic Church, Paul's going to tell us that that's not every man. Catholic Church, at one time, I don't think they're doing it still, but they were like, you can't marry. I think they changed that recently. In the last, 10 years maybe. But At one time, it was like, no, you can't marry a woman, and a woman can't marry a man. That's not what the Bible says. Paul is giving his suggestion on how to beat a lot of the problems. Go ahead.
Let every man have his own wife.
He said, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, get a woman. Meaning that instead of you trying to sleep around, get a wife. Right? Pray to the Most High. Ask the Most High. Wait. Yep. Choose the correct woman and marry that woman. Go ahead.
And let every woman have her own husband.
Same thing with the woman. She don't supposed to be popping from man to man, man to man. That's fornication. She's supposed to choose a husband, marry that husband. Right? That's why we have to show according to the Bible what is marriage. Nowadays they think unless you have a ring, you ain't married. Or a cake, you ain't married. Yeah, marriage is when you sleep with that man. When you sleep with that woman.
No, this is just Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Just about even on the point.
Read it. Just hold what you got. He's going to read it real quick. Write it down.
Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 3. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. Ooh. Just showing that the Most High, He'll give you what you want, but you have to be in accordance to Him. You know, everybody's looking for a wife. Everybody's looking for a husband. But if you are doing the things that are pleasing in the eyes of the Most High, He'll deliver that husband or wife to you. So you don't have to go on Tinder. Right. You ain't got to go on Plenty of Fish with all the the other apps that they have. You don't have to do that.
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish. I think that was the old one, right?
I don't know.
PLF?
No, I don't know, brother.
PLF?
I'm a married man. I've never been on Plenty of Fish.
Right.
But
that's the old school. Yeah.
But you're right. The word is true. And then it came back and said a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. So a lot of times if you know, when you come in that mind of, man, how come I can't get a good woman? Yeah. What are you doing? You capping?
Dang.
You know what I mean? What you doing? You want a good woman, dedicate yourself truly to the Most High and you'll get that good woman. Use wisdom. Stop trying to pick up every fish in the sea. Yep. All right? So let's jump back to 7. And you're going to read verse 3.
Verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
So the husband is supposed to render unto the wife due benevolence. Meaning what is due to her? The attention, the time, the dedication, the love, the commitment. Right? Now, she knows that you're a Hebrew Israelite man. She knows that you're in the priesthood. She knows you're also committed first to the Most High. So she has to understand that we got to take care of the body. And if you both are committed to the ministry, then you both are busy. And you both understand each other's work. Right? But still, you got to give that due benevolence. Go ahead.
And likewise also the wife unto the husband.
Right. So that means that when the wife needs loving, the husband has to be there. He can't be like, well, you too thick now. You too skinny. Your chin is too thick. You know what I mean? Your legs. It sounds foolish, but guess what? People have foolish reasons, right? On why. Yeah. So the husband can't do that, and then the woman can't do that. Well, yeah, I'm putting this nigga on restrictions. You know what I mean? It's gonna be what? One time.
You're in the doghouse.
Yeah, you in the doghouse. There's no such thing in the truth. It shouldn't be like that. You have to give the due benevolence to your husband. Okay? And if you don't like it, then you got to figure out how to. All right? That's another class. Read.
The wife have not power of her own body.
So, once again, the wife don't have power over her own body. The woman is now owned by the husband. Okay, Shariah doesn't know that, so let's go to Ecclesiasticus real quick.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter.
She's coming of age.
36.
She's barely getting all these things. Go to Ecclesiastes 36 real quick.
And 24.
36 and 24. Ecclesiasticus 36 and 24. Read that. Read it quick so we can move on. Come on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 36 verse 24. He that giveth a wife beginneth a possession.
Right.
a help like unto himself.
So when the man marries you, you are now his possession. Not in a bad way. Not in the possession of, I kick my shoes, I throw it around, like you play with the Xbox or your room. Christ said this possession is like your own flesh. So he's got to treat you with respect. He's got to follow the commandments. He's got to give you due benevolence. But he owns you. All right? So you got to do it his way. That's why when you go back to 1 Peter 3 verse 1, it says what? Wives, submit yourselves unto your husbands as unto the Lord. So you would have to deal with your husband like he was Jesus Christ. So now you understand why you don't just marry anybody. Now you understand why you talk to him for a long time. That way you know if this nigga's crazy and deranged. You understand? That's how you know. If he's too overbearing, meeting him within a year and then having sex with him, it ain't gonna tell you that. Because you gotta wear him out. You gotta make him desire to spill everything of what he is. And then we can get married. Because you never know. These niggas are insane. Right?
Take you down to the basement, see a whole other life.
They're irrational. They don't know how to balance in the scriptures. And I know I'm talking to my daughter, so I'm giving her the depth of the depth. But that's to everybody. Same thing with the men. You get these women. You didn't know she had multiple personality disorder, or you know what I mean, bipolar, schizophrenia. You know what I mean? She's shalom, niggas. Like what the hell? Like in front of everybody, Yahweh Shemal Thun, Yahweh Shemal Shai. She bows her head. King, brother, you need this? I got you, sir. Shalom, sir. And then she go home and she like, get away from me, nigga. You stink. It's like, damn.
Taking the head wrap off.
You treat everybody else with more respect than your own husband. Due benevolence is not that. You know what I mean? So this is why you wait. Because you now own each other. Yep. The woman is no longer herself. And the man has to now give that woman due benevolence. It's that way. All right? Jump back to 7 and 3. No, 4.
Yeah, 4.
7 and 4. Go ahead.
The wife have not power of her own body.
Go ahead.
But the husband, and likewise also the husband, have not power of his own body.
Meaning he got to take you in consideration. She's got to take you in consideration whatever move is made. Okay? Go ahead.
But the wife, defraud ye not one another.
Right? Go ahead.
Except it be with consent.
Right. So defraud. Defraud, the definition of defraud means to take something away that is due to this individual. So you as a wife, you owe your husband something. Right? You owe him to be subject, submissive. You owe him when you cook those meals, when you sew those garments, right? You owe that to him. You can't just abandon ship. I'm taking off, baby. I don't want to be a wife today. Yep, there's got to be an agreement. What's up with you? Well, I'm not feeling good. I got these spirits. This is working with. Well, let's deal with this. So you can be, let me deal with you. Now he submits to you in helping you so your mind can get on the right track. Y'all see this? There's a process. Everything we do in the scriptures, man. So that way you won't have no excuse. That way you won't cut her off for any reason. That way you won't try to leave him for any reason. Go ahead.
That ye may give yourselves to fasting and praying.
So even if it's a righteous reason. Well, baby, I wanted to go on a 6-day fast. Now, obviously, if it's food, that don't really affect you. So what is this talking about? This is talking about y'all laying together. She might say, you know, baby, I want to go on a 6-month fast of no sexual intercourse. He look at you like, la. That's not happening. Now I'll give you a month. Let's do a month together. Right? You got to agree on it. It says defraud not one another unless there be consent. That way y'all talk about it. Because you don't own yourself no more. It ain't like America said, girl, that's your body. No, it's not. That's his body. Baby, how you like this on me? Looks good, baby. Looks good. Am I showing too much of breasts? Yes, you are. Put those away. Right? I mean, is my dress see-through? It actually is. Put a slip under that. You don't own yourself no more.
There was a couple in the mall yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a biker, right? But the woman said blatantly, I'm his property.
Right.
She said, I'm his property.
Yeah, she knows.
She said that so
she's humble.
Bluntly, humble, confident. But what I like is that it showed the balance in the relationship.
Yeah.
Because she knows that she's submitting unto him.
Right.
But she's submitting unto the person that she wants to submit to. That's her man, her head.
And unfortunately these days you got to be whipped in a chain to now think like that.
Yeah.
But when we put the scriptures in it, it's a what? It's a cult.
Yeah.
But if you're submissive and you tie him up and you have him walking around like a dog,
like
and you say what? Well, I'm submitted. I'm submitting to him. That's okay, right? You can live that lifestyle, right? Or what's that movie that they had that on? 50 Shades of Grey.
They did chains.
Where they were doing the chains, the whips, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. 50 Shades. Yep.
See,
50 Shades darker.
That's the only time they want to say, oh yeah, you can be submissive.
Right.
But the Most High already told you she was supposed to be subject. She was supposed to be submissive. Go ahead.
And come together again.
Right. So you have to consent. You have to work it out. If you guys are going to separate for a time, and this is the point that you guys can separate, but you're supposed to come right back together. All right. Ideally, this is the process that the Most High wants to happen. Now, does that happen with animals? No. No. You got this person is disgruntled, that person is disgruntled, they in the side of the room, I don't want to talk to him, get him out my face before I punch him in the face. Listen, y'all need to take a break. Oh yeah, we gonna take a break, all right. Far away. They lost it. And unfortunately, you got a lot of our people like that, right? But what do you got there for that? You got the bill of divorce. Okay? So read on.
That Satan tempt you not for your inconsistency.
Right, incontinence. Right, incontinency. So it's saying you come to an agreement, you understand each other that way. Now it's a year, 2 years later, and you know you're burning, she's burning, and now you starting to entertain Tinder and all this other madness, right? That's not what's supposed to happen. The agreement is and we have to agree, we have to separate for this amount of time, but we're going to come back and we're going to deal with each other. Watch the camera, Mario. Go ahead.
Your foot.
But I speak this by permission and not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as myself.
Okay, so we got that. All right. And I know I went over it a little bit more, but you got to go in depth. Remember, we're not Christians. We're not going to just pull one scripture and then act like that's what it is. There's a whole lot of scriptures that we just went over to show why Yahushua said what he said in the law. What the law said, we know that Yahushua didn't do away with the law. So that means that according to the law, there was this option of divorce. And divorce meant in the law, she can go marry another. Okay? All right. Most High wasn't that cold to try to doom a woman to damn celibacy the rest of her life. Now, not saying there was not righteous women that did that. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the law, the Most High wasn't going to do that. Because then you have the majority of these women, what? Single. And then be put in hell because what? They married somebody else and their natural, the thing that was naturally in them to go get another, to have a mate. You got to think. We got to think, man. That's why all the scriptures are there. Well, hopefully that helped out on Brother Corporation Wuhan facility. That's his name. All right. So hopefully that helped you out. All right. What else?
Question. When you mentioned yesterday about what a child needs to be born, and you spoke on a child being born with a spirit, is it safe to say that what a stillborn is a baby with no spirit?
Yeah, we said that yesterday too. You know, that baby that's stillborn, they basically come with no soul. You know, they something happened in the womb, obviously, that the baby died, right? So that before he even came out, the soul already went back to the Most High. So yes, that is correct. All right, what else we got?
Oh, that's let me see.
That is correct.
Oh, dang, I didn't get none of those. Oh, damn. What then? Okay. What then becomes of them and their relationship if they reconcile, hypothetically speaking?
So if they reconcile, if they come back together, then they come back together. Am I missing something with that?
No. What then becomes of them and their relationship,
right,
if they reconcile?
Well, ideally what should happen is you guys got to come back together with a real plan to not go back into biting and devouring one another. So you guys got to sit down and actually talk and understand, before we go back into this, let us understand each other. That's what should happen. Most relationships, they go right back, just jump back in the sack and think that's going to fix it. That's not going to fix it. What's going to fix it is you coming back, you sitting down and say, okay, this is what separated us in the first place. We weren't applying the knowledge. We were not applying the scriptures. I was judging you all the time. I was trying to be Lord over you, or you, the man wasn't trying to teach. You guys got to come together and really understand what is needed, and then you can come together in the right mind. Okay. What else?
That was it. A comment Musafa said: Christian church teaches a divorced woman can't remarry till he dies.
Right, but what did we just read in Deuteronomy 24? It didn't say that. All right, in the law. Now, where they get that from is a misinterpretation of what Yahushua was saying. But Yahushua was speaking from the law. Yeah, what's that?
I was going to say, could they be getting that also from verse 11 in chapter 7 we just read?
And first,
if the wife departs, not you divorce her.
Right.
If she departs,
right,
let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband.
And what that is saying,
misinterpreted that.
Yeah, obviously, and also because what that's saying is, if you guys agree, right, and you guys come to this agreement, you can't just go leave. You got to reconcile, and I can't believe we forgot that verse. Right, read that verse, because that's the most important verse. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 11.
You start at verse 10.
Yeah, 10. Yeah.
Verse 10. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband.
Right.
But, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried.
And it's saying, in the context of the chapter, what it's saying is what? You guys agreed at this certain time. You can't just go out there and leave your husband, right? All the scriptures still apply. She can't leave her husband unless it's for a real reason. Y'all get that, right? He's gun butting you. You can't be like, listen, you ain't never gonna leave me. You ain't going nowhere, right? Nah.
You're mine.
Yeah, you mine forever. Get your ass right. What?
He's also speaking to believers and those that's going to follow the law. That's why
there you go.
Puts in there, if you have a wife or a husband that don't believe, do this and the third.
Yeah.
All this he's speaking to the believers.
To the believers.
Who's coming back walking to the ways of the Most High.
Right, the ones that are sensible and are going to use this wisdom. Right? They're going to use the law accordingly. So if hopefully y'all heard what he just said is, remember, the scriptures is talking to them that believe. Like people in the world, they ain't hear none of this.
Right.
They jumping from person to person, well, you know, with no regard.
Oh yeah.
Right? So yeah. All right. So hopefully that helped you out.
Yeah, that was it. Nick Q, I don't know who that is. Nick Q Herrick. Just because you swipe, don't mean it's right. That was a good one.
Just because you swipe, don't mean it's right. Okay, brother. Hey. Yeah, hey, that's real though. That's real.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you know, back in the days when you was meeting somebody in the internet, you was doing something nefarious, something dirty. But nowadays, that's how everybody meet.
It's the norm.
It's the norm. It's like, what you gonna do? I'm going to date. Met this.
Yeah, Tinder.
Yeah.
Just swipe right.
And that's the norm. It ain't. Where's everybody meeting at? That, you know, you would go to the bar, you go to
Skating
the club
rink,
back in the days, the skating ring, you would go
movies,
the movie theater. But nowadays it's
house
Tinder,
parties,
Facebook, Instagram.
Especially
Let me get your Snapchat.
Coronavirus, everybody at the house.
Yeah.
Everybody at the house.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Hopefully, man, we edified in the spirit, man. There was some clarification going on. Y'all keep coming with the questions. Remember, if you subscribe to the other channel, our main channel, the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge, tomorrow you'll get Sabbath morning class, and they also answer questions after the reading. All right? We don't have Sabbath morning class. We're new here in this city. When we get more brothers and sisters coming, then we will start Sabbath morning class. All right? Other than that, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. And like, subscribe. What, there was something we missed?
Nah, this is Marcy Rodriguez. Are there sister classes? If so, would I be able to join?
Marcy.
That's the brother on the border. The woman on the border.
Right. Yeah, there are women classes. There are women classes, yes, sister. Get what Quatazat. We have them on Sundays. It's offline because we want to. There's a lot of things that sisters want to talk about that might not want everybody to hear. So we did that class offline, and that came from sisters. We're like, hey, we want class, but we don't want it online. We want to be able to talk about things that are kind of personal. So it's offline. It's online, but it's off, meaning that they'll send you a personal link and you can get the class. All right. So other than that, let's salute them. Everybody say shalom. Shalom. Shabbat shalom to everybody online. All right.
The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on top. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutting. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth.